Hi everybody, welcome to Love and Life's Journey. I'm Chantel, and in today's video I have two Farmhouse Dollar Tree DIY projects for you. They are perfect for Valentine's Day, but honestly they could be left up all year long. They're neutral in color and they are so beautiful, and I'm really excited to show them to you. So let's just jump in and get started. The first project is this Burlap and Magnolia heart wreath. For this project, you will need one of the wire heart wreath forms from Dollar Tree, 2 spools of the wired burlap ribbon, and there's 9 feet on each spool, 1 bunch of the Magnolia flowers. I picked the all-white flowers with the green centers, but they also had them in a bright pink and a light pink as well. 1 bunch of these white berries, and 1 bunch of these white fluffy cattails. And the tools I'm using are my hot glue gun with glue sticks, a pair of scissors, and a pair of wire cutters. First, I'm just going to take my burlap ribbon and fold it over on the inside of the heart, and then I'm going to use my hot glue gun just to secure that. I'm just kind of sandwiching the wire in between the ribbon and gluing it together to secure it. Then I'm wrapping it right around the point of the heart and using just a little glue right on the point to help hold it in place so that it doesn't want to slip off. And then wind it around on the other side of the point, and then that will line it up to start winding it up the left side of the heart. Then I'm just going to keep wrapping the burlap around the wire frame, overlapping it so that none of the wire frame is showing, and we're just going to go all the way around the heart. When I get to the end of the first spool of ribbon, I'm just going to take a little hot glue and secure that end, and then I'm just going to start the second spool of ribbon to finish off the heart, and I'll glue it down to start with as well. One thing I did notice was that the ribbon I started to use for my second spool was a little bit of a different color. So I was glad that I had actually bought 3 spools of this and 2 of them matched. So when you're purchasing them, you want to make sure that your colors match. Once my heart was wrapped all the way, then I just trimmed off the excess ribbon and folded the end over to the back side of the heart and glued it down. Then I just pulled the magnolia flowers off of the stem, and I'm just going to use the flowers and not any of the leaves. And then I also cut off the cattails off of the stems so that I just had the grass and the cattails. I snipped off the little plastic ends on the flowers that attach them to the stems. This way the flowers will sit a little flatter against the wreath and be easier to glue. Then I just rearranged the magnolia flowers on the side of the wreath, kind of alternating one toward the inside, one toward the outside, and then I just glued them to the wreath. Once I had the flowers glued on, then I just took the cattails and I just placed them kind of randomly inside, kind of underneath the flowers, so that they kind of filled in some of the holes and were spread around kind of evenly. Then I'm going to take several of the grass pieces and put them in. I didn't want a lot of the grass, I just wanted it to add a little bit of interest and a little bit of greenery. And so I'm only using 3 of the grass pieces for this, but I just really like the accent that it gives to the wreath. And it's not shown on the video, but I did use my hot glue and glue the grass pieces in. Then I'm going to take some of the white berries and place them in some of the areas that need filled. And I put one kind of in the middle, one at the top, and one at the bottom. I think the berries really give it kind of that finishing touch. It just adds a different texture and fills in the holes and gives it just the right fullness. Then I just took a short piece of jute twine and tied it in a loop, and then I'm just gluing it to the back of the wreath to use as a hanger. And you could use any type of yarn or string to do this. I glued mine to the point of the top of the heart where the wire frame is. I felt like it would be a little more sturdy to glue it actually where the wire frame is. And here is the finished wreath. I really love how it turned out. It looks better even in person than it does in my video. It's just really different and interesting. And like I said, it could be left up year-round. It's not just for Valentine's. The second project I love even more than the first one. It's what I'm calling the Words of Love. For this project, you'll need one of these unfinished wood love signs from Dollar Tree. Some type of paint. I'm using this ivory chalk paint from Waverly you can get at Walmart. And this apple barrel gray paint that I had on hand. You can get these at Walmart as well for like 50 cents. You also need one of these wall sticker sheets from Dollar Tree. This is 1 Corinthians 13, and it is the love chapter or part of it. I have used this before for another farmhouse DIY, and I will link that video in the card above so you can check that out as well. First, I just took my ivory chalk paint and painted all of the love sign. I just did the front and all of the edges. I didn't worry about the back. Once my paint was dry, then I just took the gray apple barrel paint that I had and a makeup sponge, and I'm just going to take a little bit of the gray paint, a whole lot less than I poured out here because I used like 1/16 of what I poured out. But you just take a little bit and put on your sponge and remove the excess, and then I'm just dabbing it all along the edges of the sign. And you can go as light or as dark as you want with this. It just gives it dimension and gives it a little bit of a worn look. And so the nice thing about using the sponge, I actually got the tip of the sponge wet, the side that I don't have paint on, and then if I accidentally got too much paint in any areas, I could just turn that little sponge around and use the wet side to remove the extra paint, and that worked really well. Once I had the edges done, then I just took the sponge and put a few smudges around in the centers of the letters just to give them a little bit more of a worn look. Then with just a pair of scissors, I'm cutting out the words that I think I want to use on this. And some of them I had to trim pretty close to the words so that I could fit them on the piece. But I just trimmed anything that I thought I might want to use so that I could have that to kind of play with and decide how I wanted to lay it out. Then I just started laying them out on my piece. I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted them to be. At first I thought I wanted to use the different fonts, and so I tried that first, but then I decided that I didn't really like the black font on here, and I decided that I wanted to use all of the same font and the light gray. So once I got my layout just the way I wanted it, then all I had to do was peel the backing off of the stickers and adhere them to the wood piece. So that's all there is to it. You could leave the twine on it and hang it. You could take the twine off, and it has the little picture hangers on the back, so you could just hang it on the wall without the twine, or you can even just take the twine off and just stand it up so it will sit on a shelf or a table. So please pardon the pun, but I absolutely love how this came out. I am thrilled with it, and I think I'm going to be making some more of these to give as gifts. So I really enjoyed making these two projects. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel to grow. If you're new to my channel, thanks so much for stopping by. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so by hitting that subscribe button and also the little bell when it pops up so that you'll be notified when I upload new videos. I would love to hear in the comments how you like to decorate for holidays. Do you like to go with more the neutral farmhouse type decor, or Are you one of those people who love to go all out with lots of color, lots of red and pinks for Valentine's, green for St. Patrick's, and pastels for Easter? I think I'm kind of a mix of both. I like the farmhouse decor, but honestly, I really like the festiveness of, is that a word? Sure, we'll go with it. Festiveness of the color schemes for the holidays. So I guess I just kind of have to find a balance there. But anyway, I'd love to hear in the comments what you like. And thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again next time.